part of their main strategy is one of the leading points of their strategy is fintech.
Mm-hmm. Good. I think here we are with this part for income. Thank you, Kimo, for the open discussion.
No worries.
And please stay with us until the end of the broadcast, because we have a special question at the end for both of the founders present today.
Very good, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Andrei, we keep on talking in English.
Yeah.
Welcome again, and let's switch to brunch part. Brunch, now we are at dinner time, but brunch is referring probably to a different, for sure, to a different concept in your view with your startup. How the idea came with brunch, and maybe how do you, also the reason for calling it brunch?
I did a lot of design development, digital marketing for the past like 10 years, a few businesses as well. And the last business was a digital marketing agency. So in a way, and we started the product last year, and in a way we started it for the agency because we needed something like a similar platform to communicate with our clients. And because a lot of times we needed to send some feedback or to get some feedback on something, and some other people had opinions, and we were always ending up with a big like thread of emails with many people in CC and print screens and everything. And we found a few solutions on the market, but none of them was exactly what we wanted. So we started to build Brunch, and we thought it's an opportunity. Also, I think we saw a bigger picture here in a way that web collaboration is not really how it should be right now. So I think it's a maturing market, and we have a lot of solutions that are more like that data repositories, but not actually the like face-to-face interaction does not compare still with the online collaboration. So we are kind of trying to get at some point where we build a really functional online collaboration tool. Right now, just for websites, because we recognize the market and we knew like the need, and then we also talked with a lot of other people, other agencies or freelancers, and the feedback was good on that side. And it's Brunch because we sort of want to feel to build the feeling of a brunch in the interaction in the platform, like the way you feel when you're having a brunch with friends. You should feel when you're sharing feedback. And I think if you have that kind of feeling and that kind of attitude, like friendly and sharing ideas without being too involved, but everybody being at the same table, I feel like it's the best way to collaborate online and take things further.
Great. I think it's a good introduction for presenting more in depth Brunch with the pitch deck. We have you have 10 minutes, so
sure,
we can start.
Cool. So Brunch is a website review and collaboration software. My story is that, as I was saying is I have a background in digital marketing, design and development for the past 10 years. And Razvan built a lot of like fast solutions with small budgets, and he's great on development, and like he's mixing a lot of technologies. And Mihai is our partner who has a lot more experience in business, international and national. So he helps us with the whole part, like fundraising and everything, and helps us, like it's a sort of a sounding board right now. And we have a few other people in the team, like Daniel and Alexandra, who are helping with Alexandra is full-time, Daniel is part-time. I'll tell a bit more about the team later. So the problem is that sharing feedback online through emails, chat, or print screen, it doesn't work. It's like, it's okay if it's one way and I'm sharing a feedback and somebody is getting it. But then if you need to collaborate and you need to add more people to the whole discussion, you don't have a thing that works well right now. You don't have everybody involved at the same table as you have in the face-to-face environment. Our solution is a platform where you can add feedback on live websites and you collaborate with everyone involved. You don't need access to the website, no you can change text and style, and everything is in the context of the live website. At the beginning, we were just trying to focus on this flow and this experience on like improving and reviewing websites. And so as a process, you add the project in BRUNCH through the link. Then you can add feedback and review it, add comments and change content and stuff like that. And then you can just collaborate, share it with your team or with your clients, and you can assign the feedback to different people in the team. In terms of market opportunity, it's a trend on like everybody's online and people are making decisions based on what they see on their clients' websites. And more and more, the market switches from building websites to optimizing them, and small improvements sometimes lead to really big gains. And because ads and other tactics tend to cost more and more, you see a shift on building their own content and platforms and optimizing that. There are a few similar solutions, and people kind of mistake us for being close to Figma or InVision, but we're at a later stage in the process. One example of a similar solution in a way that does something like similar in terms of process is Frame.io, a video collaboration platform that just got acquired by Adobe. And Figma sort of proves in my opinion that web collaboration and making things like really easy and taking everybody in the same, working with everybody in the same space, I think it's just the way to go in a way. The market for team collaboration and enterprise collaboration grows like from 10 to 20% every year constantly, and it's obviously a big and important trend. Where we position ourselves is when you build a website or you build something online, you have like 4 stages in a way: the ideation, design, building, and optimization. BRUNCH is at the sort of a later stage in building and optimization, not necessarily not at all in ideation or design. How we compare to other tools on the market, where you don't need access to work with BRUNCH, you don't need to bother the client, so you can also use it for proposing changes to a new client, prospecting, for example. And then it's a tool we try to focus on the collaboration side and not only just review and comment and not backtracking at all. And we're also EU based, and we got feedback that it's a good thing, and people tend to appreciate tools based in EU because of how they treat information. Right now, BRUNCH is at the stage where we have the two paying customers, and we have like over 20 active users, and we discuss with them constantly, and we try to improve the technology so we take it to a stage where it can be scaled. We saw other people in the market, one other company that didn't have a great tool, and then they tried to scale it and it didn't work well. And we saw examples like that. But what we try to achieve is to get to 100 paying customers by the end of this year, users, and to build that in a way that they're really they really like the platform, and we build something that it's really great for them and brings a lot of value. We target digital marketing experts and digital marketing agencies in general, and conversion rate optimization experts and copywriters. And mostly the majority of our client users right now are either copywriting consultants or digital marketing agencies. The focus areas for the next period is building the product. We were last month, we were still at this stage, and we're still there in a way because we try to optimize as much as possible, and we double our efforts in terms of customer discovery and talking to more and more customers. So when we try to get more paying users, we already have a few tens of customers that are starting to use the tool, and then we get to push on monetization. So, and we want to attract new users, and we work on building content to activate and educate, and we have a few partnerships that we're discussing so we can reach communities of people and not directly users necessarily. And what we're working on, it's building a nice mobile version, because people work like on desktop and mobile, and because everything is web-based, we just adapt the current version to make it work really well, the app itself as well on mobile. We plan to get to the first 100 pay users and raise money on Seedling to build for the next steps. For the next year, the focus would be on building partnerships and really like taking care of the first 100 users, and then getting more to onboard by building content with the first 100 users. And we plan to build an expert marketplace, so we build more visibility for the initial users, and that would bring us more users later as well. And then it's a sort of an ecosystem, because the agencies would need to collaborate with the clients, and then we can push on the direction of their clients as well, and people that get a value out of the platform. And we need as much help as we can get. You can use BRUNCH at usebrunch.com. Join our team or partner with us, and share your feedback. Like any feedback you have, it's highly valuable. And you can contact me or Razvan. These are our email addresses and phone numbers. And we'll have this public with the campaign as well. Do not hesitate to contact us. And this is the team. Me, Razvan, doing like CEO and CTO. Daniel is doing development. Vlad is doing design. Mihai is helping with consultancy and as an executive chairman. And we're working on building a board around us. Alexandra is doing partnerships and sales, and Wana PR and digital marketing. And this is a part of the initial team that started at the beginning of the year, and we're just like really dynamic in a way. Thank you. And I can show you how, if I still have a bit of time.
Yeah, I understood. It's quick, so you can show how it works.
Yeah, just really fast. So if you have to add like
until then, I'm asking the audience to start raising questions in the Q&A or chat if it's preferable.
Thank you. So you can add your team, or you can add projects like here. Then you press add the project, and you end up with one like this. You can add your pages, or it adds automatically the first page, but you can add more. And in a page, you can add feedback and like change content and yeah. So you can add, like, if you want to change, for example, this text, and you want to propose, you're a copywriting expert, and you want to propose to your client, this doesn't, like, it shouldn't be this because people don't understand. You can add a comment directly, or you can change the text from here. So, and just propose something different. And you can see if it looks nice, smaller or bigger, and then you can change font here, and then you can add the comment, and you can assign to somebody in the team, like saying, yeah, you should do this. And people afterwards, it takes a print screen and marks exactly how the page was looking when you added the content, and people can come and comment or attach feedback on their comments, and then they can share with the team. And the comment here, you can manage the feedback in here. Like you can see, and you can assign feedback to different people in the team. And we also built an integration through Zapier, so you can integrate with any tool and manage feedback in your tools. And here you can see people that are active on the project right now, and you can see who collaborated and who added what. And then you can also share, like if you want somebody to see the product, like this page with all the feedback, or that specific page with with the specific feedback, you can also share that, and people would see exactly what you meant and where you actually added that comment and propose the change. Yeah, thank you. That's it, a short one.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Yeah, you can stop sharing. So I'm coming to the first question. I have something prepared for you. So until we got the questions from the audience, we are welcome you on the Q&A module. If there are similar tools on the market, and what makes you different?
There are a few other tools on the market that do a similar thing. We try to focus not specifically on, they mostly focus on bug tracking and this specific like really interaction where you add the feedback and you share it, but they don't have the whole managing the feedback part or like actually managing the whole process there. And we try to take it more as a like build it more as a collaboration tool and a way for people to interact in context in a structured environment, but in the context of the actual object of collaboration. And everybody else is sort of managed, like building it as a bug tracking tool from what I can see. I don't know somebody who's like in the market that is having this collaboration approach.
Mm-hmm. And how do you make money? What's the business model, if you can detail it more?
Right now we have a freemium model where people can add a force project for free and collaborate. And then we charge for a freelancer, like a medium version for a small team, and then for a business. We plan to build like an enterprise version where you can bundle several teams and manage everything there and do SSO, like single sign-on and things like that. But we only started to work on that.
You mentioned some details about the team, also about the support you have from Mihai. The main founders, you and the CTO, for how long have you worked together?
We worked for a few years already because we worked in the agency on a few client projects. And we started to work on BRUNCH as a side project last year. And this year, like since 3 months ago, I think, we started to work full time on this. But we know each other for like 3 years, I think, or a bit more.
Okay. And about Mihai from Modex, he will be, or he's acting already as a business angel. Can you disclose more about his role also in the round that we are preparing together? What is he's participating, or he already invested? Some details about your history with Mihai as a person, not with Modex, as far as I know. Yeah.
Yeah. We started to work together on BRUNCH like this year. I think in March we started to have the first talks. He invested a part of his commitment in March, like in June, I think. Now he's investing in as an initial investor. In the initial investment, he's adding part of that, and then we have 2 or 3 other people that we're talking to add the rest. In a way, we try to add in more people and have sort of a more people involved thing. Yeah, and he's acting as a like executive board for now. Like we have like weekly discussions and we discuss strategy and what should be the next steps. And he also helps with sharing resources from his companies or things like that. So I think for us it's a real good experience, and it helped a lot to have somebody like him on board.
Great. Can you have a direct question? If you can tell us more about the expansion plans, or how do you plan to use the money from this round?
We want to like the first priority is to get to first 100 paying users, like really happy people to use the product. And right now we have a lot of discussions, like we have a few like 10-15 discussions with different agencies, and we try to figure out exactly what should be the approach, and if we need to build something a bit more on the platform so they get a lot of value and they're really happy about it, because that would allow us to scale faster and it sort of get to a product market fit really well. We have some confirmation, and I know that if we do make an effort, we'll get a few tens of people, hundreds in the next few months. But the idea is to be able to do that with a really low cost. So we work on building the product right now and doing customer discovery as well. And we plan to build like integrations. We need to have like 5-10 integrations by the end of the year. and to build content with the users and a few communities to build some exposure, because that way on the long term it will get us a lot of exposure with a good return per paying user, I think.
Okay. Can you yeah, we're waiting a question in the Q&A, but until then, or if you can share more about any, if you can share any details about the next practical plans that BRUNCH is making in the next future. What are the priorities of BRUNCH?
Like in the near
This
future,
year.
like next week? Or...
This year, and in the next half a year, let's say.
Yeah, we
on short term.
We started to build a referral program, for example, and we need to activate that and start promoting. We had a few discussions, but we didn't take them further right now. We were planning to build like a feedback on images feature, and we built that halfway, but then we realized that it's important to check that with the users first. So we're doing just that, and probably next week, like next month, we'll start that, continue. And then we have a few things on the like technology for the platform, and it works well right now, but then because we use some sort of, we need to use some proxy, and we need to do some hacks to take like the website through our platform, and people usually try to avoid other people doing that. I think it's important, like we're looking also into getting some consultancy for some more experienced, a few more experienced developers to make sure we're doing that right, and it's not something that at like a bigger volume or it will crash or something like that. So we just want to make sure that the technology is right, and I know like we built it so far, it's working, but then I'm sure it can be done better, and it still takes a few seconds to open a page, and I think it can take one, not 4, 5, 6. So we're at that stage where I think I have to find like a balance between how much more we can build the product and how really well we can do it, and getting customer acquisition. And I think the first thing after SeedBlink will be to start investing a lot more in customer acquisition, because if we want to raise, like we plan to raise another round in summer next year, I know we have to get to like 20K MRR or something like that to have a good valuation. So it's like, it's a really strict timeline in a way, by summer, autumn next year. So we have to get that MRR as well.
Okay. Question here: what is the main differentiator of your product versus an open web annotation to like Hypothesis? If you know it, hypothesis.is.
I didn't know about this one, but I would think that it's similar. It's, you can also see, like you can see the website and you can add the feedback there. You can change the content as well, but you can also attach files like images that you want to suggest if you want to change something, and you can also change style. And so it may be a bit more than that one. And where we worked on a Loom, for example, a Loom integration. So when you actually add the feedback, you can also attach different, like a video to it as well. And from there, you also make the connection with their task management tool, so you can manage feedback as well afterwards. So it's more like, it's not just annotation. We try to build the whole collaboration flow to cover a problem of experts working with their clients, and not just a specific feature.
Okay, and but it's a good opportunity that it was raised, that question, to also to assess that platform. And one last question from my side, because we are talking about the campaign on SeedBlink. What profile are you preferring for the investor that would join the campaign on SeedBlink? what kind of expertise are you looking for from this kind of investors, or what kind of networking?
I think
If you have
anybody
a
in
preferred
the
profile.
anybody in the digital marketing, like design or digital space, digital marketing, design, development, things like that. Because I think it helps us. What we're trying to do is like actually build a really good product, and where any feedback that we get, we're looking into that, and we try to just do better. And I think anybody that can come with some knowledge and suggestions, it's important as well. We're used to, so far, like before Mihai, we're used to bootstrapping, and me and Razvan, we did a lot of bootstrapping, and we can build stuff with no much money. But then in order to actually grow it and take it to a global level and have a lot of users and build something actually useful and meaningful, I think you need a lot of qualified people around you, people that actually know what they're talking about, and they are interested in the subject as well.
Okay, so we are right on time for asking the last question for both of you, and thank you for Kimo for waiting another half an hour and learning more about BRUNCH and what Andrei is doing. So I'm asking the same questions both of you, but you were silent for half an hour, so you'll be the first. Kimo, you have more energy right now. And it's already classical. I put the same question to each founder just to think and to imagine they're in the shoes of an investor, now seeing and finding more about your startups and about your team. What are the main reasons would you consider as an investor to join the story of income right now with this campaign that we are working together?
Okay, I'll give two good reasons. The first one is definitely that we are not building something completely new, meaning that it has already been proven in US as well as in Europe that alternative investments such as loans can be a massive business. So that is definitely the first thing, and related to that is what I was saying about the converging trends of actually retail investments and also the non-bank lending, where we are at the intersection. So effectively, the investor is also jumping on alternative investment growth, but also on the retail investment and investment boom in general. That's the first one. The second one, I would always have to say, it's the team. So we have a good team of very talented and knowledgeable people in our field. And we are very ambitious. We're not here to build a small business. We are aiming for the top. And I guess those are the main arguments, I would say, why you should be investing in income and join us on the journey.
Thank you. And for sure, if I can make a parallel with the income, also to you're saying that you're a good investment for making income for the investors.
For sure, that too. I mean, everybody should welcoming everyone to try the product and see how it feels like to invest in loans. The yields are pretty good.
Thank you, Kimo.
Thank you.
And then the same question for Andrei. You have some time to prepare.
Yeah.
With having the same question, the main two arguments from your perspective for joining the round of BRUNCH in this stage.
Yeah, I know it's not because of like so much experience. We don't have the experience of Kimo or like other founders probably, but we have 10 years at least in this area in digital marketing, and we recognize the need. And the team is the kind of team that, and I usually picked people around me that do not quit fast, and they try to find solution and listen and build things with empathy. And I think like having a low burn rate and focusing on getting things done and trying to also gather the right people around us that can help with building this. I think that sooner or later will make us a success. And we want to take it like internationally and want to build big projects. We built small projects so far, so where I did that. I don't want to do it anymore. But I think we can do it in this sort of like, and I think it's a reason to invest in us, because we have really good grit, and we're here to like stay and build step by step, whatever it takes.
Thank you. Super. Thank you for promoting this kind of enthusiasm that is mandatory for the founders of startups.
Yeah,
it's for sure an endurance trip. So you need to build it up with a lot of enthusiasm and determination. So thank you for sharing your thoughts and being part of our broadcast. And I think my colleague Bianca has a short poll that we are trying. Yeah, we have it on the screen. You are not allowed to vote, Kimo and Andrei.
Okay.
I would have voted for Kimo.
And yeah, it's an anonymous, so please. The audience to share with us. It's just a benchmark for the two founders. They will find only it's private. Only it will be shared only with them individually, the results. So please press a button if you would invest in income or in BRUNCH.
Or in both.
Yeah, it's available for there are two questions separate, but they only can choose yes or no.
Yeah.
For both of you. So yeah, it's and it's not any commitment. Anyhow, it's anonymous. So
yeah,
thank you for sharing with us this. Yeah, and here we are. Thank you for the participation, for the questions, and good luck next week. Again, income will be publicly launched on Tuesday next week, and BRUNCH on Thursday next week.
Yeah.
So best of luck, and thank you wherever you are, in Tallinn and in Bucharest, the two Andrei.
Yeah, thank you, Andrei. Thanks.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure. Thank you,
Thanks
everyone.
for having us. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.